What if I told you that something sitting in your kitchen right now, something marketed as heart healthy, could be quietly impairing your artery function within hours of eating it? We're not talking about cigarettes. We're not talking about processed meat. We're talking about cooking oil. Specifically, refined vegetable oils, commonly used for frying and processed foods like soybean oil, corn oil, sunflower oil, and other high omega-6 oils. Now, before anyone panics, let's take a deep breath and look at the science. Because when it comes to arteries, what matters most isn't what advertisements say. It's what happens inside your blood vessels after you eat. The endothelium, your artery's front line. Inside every artery is a thin, delicate layer of cells called the endothelium. Think of it as Teflon for your blood vessels. It keeps blood flowing smoothly. It regulates dilation. It prevents clots. It protects against plaque formation. When the endothelium is functioning well, arteries relax and expand easily. When it's impaired, that's step one toward atherosclerosis, the buildup of plaque that can lead to heart attacks and strokes. And here's the key: endothelial function can change within hours of what you eat. Researchers measure this using something called flow-mediated dilation, essentially how well your arteries open up in response to increased blood flow. So what happens after a high-fat meal loaded with refined oil? Arterial function drops, not weeks later, not months later, within hours. The post-meal artery test. Multiple studies have shown that consuming meals high in refined vegetable oils can temporarily impair endothelial function. Blood becomes thicker. Oxidative stress increases. Inflammatory markers rise. The problem isn't just fat itself. It's what happens when polyunsaturated oils, especially high omega-6 oils, are heated, refined, and oxidized. Refined oils are extracted using high heat and chemical solvents. They're bleached, deodorized, stripped of natural antioxidants. What's left is a calorie-dense, nutrient-poor fat that's highly prone to oxidation. When oxidized fats enter the bloodstream, they can generate free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells, including the endothelial lining of arteries. Oxidative stress is one of the earliest drivers of arterial injury, and artery injury is where heart disease begins. But aren't vegetable oils heart healthy? For decades, we were told to replace saturated fats with polyunsaturated vegetable oils. And compared to butter or lard, replacing saturated fat with whole food sources of unsaturated fat can reduce LDL cholesterol. But here's the nuance: there's a difference between whole food fat and extracted oil. A handful of walnuts comes packaged with fiber, antioxidants, plant sterols, and anti-inflammatory compounds. A tablespoon of oil. It's the most calorie-dense food on the planet, about 120 calories, with virtually no fiber, no minerals, and minimal protective phytonutrients. Oil is not a whole food. It's a processed product. And when oils are repeatedly heated, as in frying, oxidation skyrockets. The resulting lipid peroxides and aldehydes can further stress the vascular system. Even short-term exposure can impair arterial flexibility. Now imagine this happening 3 times a day, every day, for decades. The omega-6 imbalance. Let's talk about omega-6 fats. Omega-6 fatty acids are essential. We need them. But in traditional diets, omega-6 and omega-3 fats were consumed in a rough balance. Today, in many Western-style diets, the ratio can exceed 51 or even 21, heavily skewed toward omega-6. Why? Because refined vegetable oils are everywhere. Salad dressings, chips, restaurant meals, packaged foods, fried foods. Excess omega-6 intake, especially without adequate omega-3s, may promote a more pro-inflammatory environment in the body. Inflammation isn't inherently bad, it's part of immune defense. But chronic, low-grade inflammation is strongly linked to endothelial dysfunction and plaque development. It's not about demonizing one nutrient, it's about pattern. And the pattern is, refined oils displace whole plant foods while flooding the bloodstream with rapidly absorbed fat. What about olive oil? Now, some of you might be thinking about extra virgin olive oil. Here's where quality matters. Extra virgin olive oil is less refined and retains polyphenols, antioxidant compounds that may offset some oxidative stress. But even then, it's still an extracted fat. It's still calorie-dense. And in tightly controlled studies, whole olives or nuts often outperform isolated oils when it comes to vascular health. The more intact the food, the more protective it tends to be. That's the recurring theme in nutrition science. The real-world evidence. Populations with the lowest rates of heart disease don't consume diets built around refined oils. They eat diets rich in whole grains, legumes, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Fat, when present, tends to come embedded in whole foods, not poured from a bottle. And when patients with established heart disease adopt low-fat, whole food, plant-based diets, minimizing added oils, we've seen not just slowing of plaque progression, but in some cases, partial reversal. Arteries can heal, but only when we stop injuring them. So what should you do? This isn't about fear. It's about informed choices. If you're sautéing vegetables, consider water sautéing or using vegetable broth. If you're baking, try applesauce or mashed banana as substitutes in certain recipes. If you want healthy fats, get them from whole plant sources: flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, almonds, sesame seeds. These foods provide fiber, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory compounds alongside their fat. Your arteries don't just respond to cholesterol numbers. They respond to oxidative stress, to inflammation, to the overall dietary pattern. And the evidence consistently points in one direction. The closer we move toward whole, minimally processed plant foods, the better our arteries tend to function. The bottom line, is a small amount of oil going to instantly clog your arteries? No, but chronic exposure to refined, oxidized oils, especially in the context of a processed food diet, may impair endothelial function and promote the early stages of arterial disease. Heart disease doesn't begin with chest pain. It begins silently at the cellular level with endothelial dysfunction. And sometimes the damage starts with something as ordinary as what's sizzling in the pan. The good news: your next meal is a new opportunity. Because arteries are dynamic, they respond quickly, for better or worse, to what you put on your plate. So the question isn't just, is this oil heart healthy? The better question might be, would my arteries prefer the whole food it came from? Food isn't just fuel, it's information. And every bite sends a message to your blood vessels. The choice, as always, is yours. High-fat meals rich in refined vegetable oils can impair endothelial function within hours of consumption. The endothelium is the thin, delicate layer of cells lining the inside of your blood vessels. It plays a critical role in vascular health by producing nitric oxide, a molecule that signals arteries to relax and expand. When the endothelium functions properly, blood flows smoothly, pressure stays regulated, and arteries remain flexible. But when it becomes impaired, the stage is set for atherosclerosis, the gradual buildup of plaque inside artery walls. Research using flow-mediated dilation, a common test of endothelial performance, shows that after consuming a meal high in refined fats, arteries do not dilate as effectively. In other words, they temporarily stiffen. This dysfunction can occur within just a few hours after eating. The mechanism appears to involve post-meal spikes in blood lipids, increased oxidative stress, and the formation of free radicals that interfere with nitric oxide production. When nitric oxide availability drops, arteries lose their ability to relax properly. Although this impairment is often temporary, repeated exposure matters. If someone consumes high-fat, oil-heavy meals multiple times a day, day after day, the endothelium may spend much of its time in a compromised state. Over time, this repeated stress can promote inflammation, encourage LDL cholesterol particles to penetrate the artery wall, and accelerate plaque development. Heart disease does not begin suddenly with a blocked artery. It begins quietly with subtle dysfunction at the cellular level. And what we eat, even a single meal, can influence that process almost immediately. Refined, heated oils are especially vulnerable to oxidation, a chemical reaction that occurs when fats are exposed to heat, light, and oxygen. Most common cooking oils, such as soybean, corn, sunflower, and canola oil, are rich in polyunsaturated fatty acids. While these fats are structurally fluid, that same structure makes them unstable under high temperatures. When oils are refined, they are stripped of many of their natural antioxidants that would otherwise help protect them from damage. Then, when they are heated during frying or repeated cooking, they can form oxidized lipids and harmful byproducts such as lipid peroxides and aldehydes. Once consumed, these oxidized compounds don't just disappear. They can enter the bloodstream and contribute to oxidative stress, an imbalance between free radicals and the body's antioxidant defenses. Free radicals are highly reactive molecules that can damage cells, proteins, and DNA. In the context of cardiovascular health, they are particularly concerning because they interfere with the function of the endothelium, the thin inner lining of the arteries. Oxidative stress reduces the availability of nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for keeping blood vessels relaxed and flexible. When nitric oxide levels drop, arteries become less able to dilate properly. Over time, this dysfunction can make it easier for LDL cholesterol to penetrate the arterial wall and trigger inflammation, key steps in plaque formation. While the body has natural antioxidant systems to neutralize some of this damage, chronic exposure to oxidized oils through frequent fried and processed foods may overwhelm those defenses. The result is repeated vascular stress that, over years, can contribute to the development and progression of atherosclerosis. Extracted oils are among the most calorie-dense substances in the human diet, providing about 120 calories per tablespoon, yet they contain virtually none of the structural or protective components found in the whole foods they come from. When you eat a handful of nuts or seeds, you're not just consuming fat. You're getting fiber, plant protein, vitamins, minerals, phytosterols, and a wide range of antioxidant compounds that work together in complex ways to support cardiovascular health. These components slow digestion, improve satiety, stabilize blood sugar, and help reduce oxidative stress. Once oil is extracted from a nut or seed, most of those beneficial compounds are removed. Fiber, for example, plays a crucial role in lowering LDL cholesterol by binding bile acids in the digestive tract and helping remove excess cholesterol from the body. Without fiber, oil is absorbed rapidly, delivering a concentrated fat load directly into the bloodstream. This can lead to sharp post-meal increases in blood lipids, which may temporarily impair endothelial function. Whole nuts and seeds also contain natural antioxidants, such as vitamin E and polyphenols, that help protect their delicate fats from oxidation. During industrial refining, bleaching, and deodorizing, many of these protective substances are reduced or lost. What remains is a purified fat source, energy-dense, but nutritionally sparse. Studies consistently show that regular consumption of whole nuts and seeds is associated with improved heart health and reduced cardiovascular risk. The same cannot always be said for isolated oils. The difference highlights an important principle in nutrition: the health effects of a food cannot be separated from its natural matrix. When we remove fat from its whole food context, we lose much of what made it protective in the first place. Modern diets contain far more omega-6 fatty acids than humans historically consumed, largely due to the widespread use of refined vegetable oils in processed and restaurant foods. Omega-6 fats are essential, meaning the body cannot produce them on its own. They play important roles in cell membrane structure and immune signaling. The issue is not their presence, but their overwhelming dominance in the modern food supply. In traditional dietary patterns, the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids was likely closer to 1:1 or 21. Today, in many industrialized diets, that ratio can climb to 5:1 or even 20:1. This imbalance matters because omega-6 and omega-3 fats compete for the same metabolic pathways in the body. Omega-6 fatty acids, particularly when consumed in excess, can be converted into compounds that promote inflammatory signaling. Omega-3s, on the other hand, tend to produce molecules that help resolve inflammation. When omega-6 intake greatly exceeds omega-3 intake, the body may shift toward a more pro-inflammatory internal environment. Chronic low-grade inflammation is now recognized as a central driver of atherosclerosis. It contributes to endothelial dysfunction, encourages immune cells to accumulate in artery walls, and accelerates plaque development. While inflammation is a natural and necessary defense mechanism, persistent activation over years can gradually damage tissues, including blood vessels. Refined seed oils are a major source of concentrated omega-6 fats without the balancing nutrients found in whole foods. When these oils replace omega-3 rich foods like flax seeds, chia seeds, or leafy greens, the imbalance widens further. Over time, this skewed fatty acid profile may subtly contribute to the inflammatory processes that underlie heart disease. Chronic intake of refined oils, especially within highly processed dietary patterns, may place repeated stress on the endothelium, the delicate inner lining of the arteries responsible for maintaining vascular tone and blood flow. When meals consistently deliver concentrated amounts of rapidly absorbed fat, blood lipid levels can spike after eating. These post-meal surges, known as postprandial lipemia, are associated with increased oxidative stress and reduced nitric oxide availability. Nitric oxide is essential for keeping arteries relaxed and flexible. When its production is impaired over and over again, endothelial function may gradually decline. Over time, this repeated dysfunction can make the arterial wall more vulnerable to inflammation and cholesterol infiltration. LDL particles are more likely to penetrate and become trapped in the artery lining when endothelial integrity is compromised. This sets off an inflammatory cascade that promotes plaque formation. While a single oil-rich meal may cause only temporary effects, decades of daily exposure could contribute to cumulative vascular injury. In contrast, whole plant-based fat sources such as nuts, seeds, and avocados appear to have a different impact. Because these foods contain fiber, antioxidants, polyphenols, and plant sterols, they help moderate fat absorption and protect against oxidative damage. Their natural matrix slows digestion, leading to a more gradual release of lipids into the bloodstream. Many studies associate regular nut and seed consumption with improved endothelial function and lower cardiovascular risk. The distinction is not simply about the presence of fat, but the form in which it is consumed. Whole, minimally processed plant fats come packaged with protective compounds that support vascular resilience, whereas isolated refined oils may lack those safeguards when consumed frequently over time.